Nithyananda, this is Mark and welcome to NTV News live from, well, Hyderabad. It's Thursday, March 29th, 2012, the year of meditation. The headlines. In the morning Satsang from Raga Sabha, Swamiji talked about patterns of responsibility and transparency. A review of the March 28th Esoteric evening series Satsang. An innovative group of teachers and artists have joined forces for the Peaceful Planet Meditation Project. The enhealth, enwealth program with Swamiji starts this weekend from Hyderabad. Yogam Singapore conducts a diabetes camp from the Singapore Center. San Jose sends clips from events at Nithyananda Vedic Temple San Jose. And St. Louis sends pics from their Past Lives webinar group. Thiruvannamalai sends photo updates. And Rise Up, the new generation with Swamiji. And more free books from Swamiji. Now for the day's top stories. In the morning Satsang from Raga Sabha, the Swamiji talked about patterns of responsibility and transparency. He said for all phobia and mood swings, the only solution is ajapa japa, to replace the negative thoughts with a liberating mantra. And the Swamiji will be going to Hyderabad for 3 days of programming, so the next 2012 project meeting and evening Agori Satsang are now slated for April 3rd.
The extreme transparency is not the way for outer world life. Be very clear. Only when you are working with an enlightened being for enlightenment, you need extreme transparency, that also with the root of the patterns. You may need to open up some of your past thoughts, present actions, future plans, to see the root of the pattern, root of the thought pattern. But otherwise, for the outside organization, a corporate company or an organization, extreme transparency is not the basic value, because every moment you are changing, you have so much of mood swing, understand? In an organization, others need to respect that you are a stable person. With master, whether you are stable or having mood swing, both need to be open. Only with an enlightened being, when you are working in a spiritual sangha towards enlightenment, the extreme transparency is required. Otherwise, in a normal organization, no need for it, because see, morning you have one mood swing, by evening you have another one mood swing, by night you have another one mood swing. In an organization, you don't need to make all these transparent, because then no one will trust the other one. It will become completely unstable. The stability will be lost. Only with the spiritual work, master needs to know your stable instability and unstable stability. Some people are established in instability, very stably. Some people are please understand, established in stability, unstably, established in stability, in instability, stably. Whether you are constantly unstable or constantly stable, are constantly unstable, only once in a while you become stable, are constantly stable, only once in a while you become unstable. Extreme transparency may be required only with an enlightened being for you to become enlightened, so that he knows the root of the thought pattern. He can clear it, work on it. Only the highest purpose of individual and guru-disciple relationship, extreme transparency is required. In organizations outside, like corporate companies, it is not required because you yourself are not clear to know what you are. Then what will you show it to others? Morning you have some idea, and evening you have some other idea, night you have some other idea. You are just a chaos. So which side of chaos you will show to the other person? Which side of the chaos you will be transparent? For example, now you are depressed. You will think if you tell everybody you are depressed, that is transparency. No. Even that idea you are depressed is not complete. One side of you may be saying, no, I will come out fit by tomorrow morning. If you tell everybody that you are not depressed, that also may be true, because that side is also there, alive in you. Only with an enlightened being you need to open completely. I feel depressed, I also feel I may come out of it. I also feel one moment it's all useless. I also feel this depression is very thick. This kind of an extreme transparency is required only for enlightenment and the Guru-disciple relationship. In the outer organization, you don't need an extreme transparency. The totality of you, how finally it gets perceived by you and others, if that much transparency is there, that is enough. That is enough. Nothing more is required. So Tiger Clark, only in the individual's higher purpose, like enlightenment and the Guru-disciple relationships, you need extreme transparency, not in the so-called social organization or corporate organizations, and the transparency is dangerous in political organizations. In political organizations, transparency is not going to help, very dangerous. In social organizations, it may not be dangerous, but it won't help you in much. But in the Guru-disciple relationship, a complete transparency may be very helpful, very powerful for you to become enlightened. I tell you, just by being completely transparent with the Guru, you will never lose anything. You will never lose anything. It may appear like you may lose, you will never lose anything.
A review of the March 28th Esoteric Evening Series Satsang. Aghoris have no record of war or killing others. They're the most non-violent people. In fact, Shirdi Sai Baba was an Aghori who initiated 2 women into the tradition. Maya Ma is also one of the many Aghoris living a beautiful life. Kalabhairava is the Adi Guru of the Aghori Sampradaya, and Virabhadra is the main deity. Next time, the Swamiji said he will speak of Aghoris who live beyond food, hunger, and thirst.
Aghoris don't have a separate temple. Anywhere they finish their morning bath, they create spontaneously their own deity by keeping a stone or making a small mud Shivalinga out of river sand. Their worship is more Vedantic, means remaining in the samadhi of Shivoham. 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 Resting in the ultimate spiritual space of Shivoham. That is their samadhi, that is their technique, that is their ritual. They don't do any other ritual much externally. It is more like a being in samadhi mentally. That is what is there. lifestyle. Aghoris respect every woman as mother and sister, live a highly evolved social ethics and moral life. Now you are seeing he is begging and everybody respecting him and giving him food. In the modern India, Aghora Sampradaya is really dying. Modern day Hindus, even if they want to become sannyasis, they become sannyasis of the institutions. The institutionalized sannyas is only now alive in Hindu tradition, like Chinmaya Mission, Ramakrishna Mission, Swaminarayan movement, the institutionalized sannyas. The Aghori Sampradaya or Naga Sampradaya is slowly reducing and dying. It is time we keep both traditions alive. Sannyas organizations and the traditional Sampradayas like Nagas and Aghoris also should be kept alive.
An innovative group of teachers and artists have joined forces for the Peaceful Planet Meditation Project. What initially started with a plan for Swamiji's 21 Days of Healing the Planet's meditations has grown into an international film aimed at documenting and bolstering the reputation of spiritual life anchored in the tradition of thousands of years. PeacefulPlanetMeditation.org is your gateway into supporting this project, born of the Swamiji's 2012 project. April 11th through May 1st in Washington, D.C. is the planned peace meditations in front of the White House. Banners and 5,000 postcards have been created, and a plan for videotaped interviews leading to a documentary have spawned another project on Kickstarter.com. This time, it's a 60-minute documentary on the Temple of Angkor, the Temples of Angkor, to create content for the Swamiji's new satellite television channel. A fundraising project to cover audio, video, and post-production costs of this independent project has been started on Kickstarter.com. Search the Temples of Angkor, City of the Gods. Or visit peacefulplanetmeditation.org to view their intro video. The enhealth, enwealth program starts this weekend from Hyderabad. Go to nithyananda.org/events to register. Optimal health and productivity are not the least of benefits from this transformational program opportunity. And in international news, conducted by Yogam Singapore, the Diabetes Kriya Camp will be held at the Singapore Center starting 1st of April and run for 21 days. So far, 12 have registered. Most of them are new to the Sangha. The Doctor Devotees team will be taking all the medical readings, surveys, and tracking the progress of the participants. The program includes Kriyas and two-way video conferencing with Swamiji. San Jose sends clips from the events at Nithyananda Vedic Temple San Jose.
San Jose, Madurai, California. Every terrible phase of the life, every terrible thing you go through in the life, every suffering happens in your life, every wrong thing happens in your life is nothing but the effect of something you did in the past life. You need to know 3 different layers of past so that you will understand why we should explore each layer, what are the benefits you will have if you explore each layer.
Nithyananda Swarupa Shivoham Shivoham
kind of capture in a nutshell.
Definitely, more than one hour. Sure, that's the basis of whatever we are to do in our lives. Exactly.
My name is I'm here for the peace meditation in the Nithyananda Vedic temple, and I'm glad to be here. It was blissful, and also Swamiji blessed us for the last day. Thank you.
Recently we've had the pleasure of being together to do the 21-day meditation, which has been an absolutely awesome experience for so many of us that we've tried to come here regularly to do that meditation. And it's such a lovely feeling for us to think that we are hearing so many negative things about 2012 all around in the news, and here's Swamiji giving us the real positive of 2012 and how even if we are slightly inclined towards consciousness and self-realization and working towards a spiritual life, that we have a great opportunity to become enlightened in 2012, and also how we, by doing meditations like this, we have the opportunity to, rather than becoming depressed in 2012, which they're expecting a lot of people to get into that, instead of that, it helps us to move from depression to enlightenment, which is a great thing. Thank you, Swamiji, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to get together and do this meditation. Thank you.
And St. Louis sends pics from their Past Lives webinar group. 15 people attended, including 4 new visitors to the webinar. And in national news, Thiruvannamalai sends pics of blissful volunteers, also known as Sevaks, cleaning at Thiruvannamalai ashram in preparation for the April 6th Purnami celebrations that include a live discourse from Swamiji in Tamil, Rudrabhishekam and Rudra Oma, as well as personal darshan from Swamiji for all in attendance. Photos from Guru Puja and Arti are also attached. In local news from Bididi Ashram, and the Swamiji's New Generation webinar happens April 8th at 7 p.m. India Standard Time. That's 6:30 a.m. Pacific Time in North America. Topics and benefits include, but are not limited to, realizing your maximum potential as a human being, not just a human doing or a human having, discover and uncover your leadership qualities, bring clarity to your life's purpose, goals and mission, and expand your confidence in the light of your higher purpose. If you're between the ages of 18 and 35, this program is just for you. And if not, just bring your youthful mindset and recreate your future now. Nithyananda.org/events to register for the free live webinar from the rare enlightened master and one of the world's most influential spiritual leaders, as identified by the world's oldest and largest esoteric magazine, Mind, Body, Spirit. And in the true spirit of Vedic tradition, all the 250 plus books by Swamiji are now available online for free. lifeblissprograms.org/books. Please check it out now. That's all from NTV News for now. Thank you for joining us, and let us end our news with a bliss dose from Swamiji. The heat teaches you the greatness of shower, fire teaches you the happiness and coolness, and Maya teaches you the happiness of God. We'll see you next time on NTV News. Nithyanandam.